awakening the India that once was. The inspiration is all come from the past, in a more contemporary way. And I think the idea really is to bring about a sort of a change in the way typical carpet is seen. So most of the carpets, as you see, have three-dimensional design. They have textures and they have obviously color, and also placement of motifs, which have also come from a very assorted, rich landscape of India. So to me, in this room, you have a representation of the real crafts from the 1920s and also before the 15th century, before the Mughals came in. There's a lot of that we wanted to dwell on, to say what was India and what was Indian design before the Mughal invasion and the Nadir Shah invasion and then the British. So I think it's been a lovely discovery and a journey for us. So I really want to thank you and your team for being so patient with us.
So what makes a good carpet, and how did the two of you sit down and conceptualize the whole thing?
So firstly about patience, Raghavendra Rathore obviously is, mascot of slow fashion when it comes to, but let me tell you, when you're making rugs, you have to be patient. It takes a long time to get a rug done. What we are standing on would have taken 6 months to weave. There are rugs in this room which have taken a year to weave. And I think he's an automatic choice when you're looking, because he represents craft at the highest form, heritage at the highest form. And this is what Proud to be Indian is about. To bring craft, heritage of India, not only manufactured in India, but using Indian ethos, Indian motifs, and also materials, the dyeing techniques which have been in our country for thousands of years. Many of them being used on rugs for the first time. There are dyeing techniques which have been used on turbans for many years, which haven't been used on rugs before. So that's the story of this collection. I think when you look through it, and Raghavendra Rathore will probably talk to it, you look at the this Darbar Gadi Masand, this collection here. You have the architecture, the royal seals, so many inspirations coming in. But these are things that you don't expect to see only in a museum. You have to, one of the things about rugs is you have to like living with it. You have to wake up and enjoy seeing it. And you have to be fine seeing it. It has to become a part of your home. And you have to feel a connection with it. So I hope people who come tonight and people who will see these over the next few weeks will find that connection with these rugs.
No, I echo the same. I just think each of these carpets have actually, for example, this one, as you can see, there's an initial there, which is right now hard, but if you order one and let's say you want your initial, I'm sure that's not a difficult thing. So in a way, it's a bespoke piece. And most of the designs have these hidden alphabets that you can secretly put for people who you want to gift it, or also to wake up and say, this is my own carpet.
So you had said in an interview that carpet weaving is a die hard. You don't know how long it will take, but it's going to perish. So how are you sustaining this tradition? Very trying times.
So I think the fact of the matter is, every year weaving a rug is going to become more difficult. This is the most manual and labor-intensive of processes in the world. 70% of the cost of a rug is weaving cost. So it's something that it is not going to last forever. The handmade craft, you might have a few rugs, 20, 30, 40 years later. But if you look at the countries that weave, many countries used to weave rugs. France used to weave rugs 200 years ago. Britain used to weave rugs. So that is reduced. And so it is a art which, after there would be a time, maybe 20 years, 30 years later, that you will only have old rugs. And you will look after those old rugs, and you will buy rugs that other people have owned. It's not something that it's going to be a common product. We recognize that. We want to champion it. One of the things that Obeetee is doing is training women to weave. In Mirzapur, it's the collaboration with MIT Poverty Action Lab, bringing employment to villages. So it's we recognize the mantle that Obeetee has, trying to keep this art alive, but it's a challenge.
And also at a time when trends and tastes keep changing faster than you can pronounce the word trend, how does one keep up with these changing times?
The easiest way is to set your own trends, which what selfies really do. So to me, I think the generation of my daughters are not going to be reading about trends; they'll be creating their own trends. And I think this whole idea of personalization is going to be very big. So I really hope the carpets stay for much longer than what we all believe, because it's a little bit of history. If I have a carpet which has come down from my grandfather in my house, the pleasure of walking on it is a good memory. You don't have to see a portrait and remember him, but you can see and live a life, a whole generation walking on your, heirlooms, whether it's the grandfather or the great-grandfather. So I think it'll come back very strong. I think it's one of those boutique things that people will want, especially when it gets scarce. I think there'll be much more of a demand for it. So I vote for that and I wish for that. So.
And lastly, Obeetee is also very stringent when it comes to the environment. So could you tell us a bit about that?
So, for example, these rugs have been woven using yarn which have been dyed either naturally or ecologically conscious. The washing is herbal, or in any case non-chemical. The fuel which runs the factory is on rice husk. The design and the offices are on solar. The people who weave, the weavers, Obeetee takes the responsibility of the weavers very seriously. We sponsored 5 different schools. And through Pratham Education Foundation, 40 villages where education is given to all the people who are weaving. I spoke about the Women Weaver program, but the goal is that, one of the beauties, like Raghavendra Rathore was talking about, coming from Jodhpur, we come from a village in UP. The beauty of, looking after the community, and the community then looking after Obeetee. That is a very strong bond. And many of the weavers who have woven these rugs have been the 4th or 5th generation weavers. And that craft retains, and this is actually something that is the key differentiator between Obeetee and any other company. Not the size of the company or who our customers are, but the weavers. We have 30,000 weavers weaving in Obeetee, and many of them are weaving for many generations, many more generations than my family is in the company.
Awesome. And now, the floor is open for question and answers. We have a lot of people